You give them a few minutes. Is the gate gonna be open?
No. I've never been up there after hours. Do they close that? And lock
They lock it, but I don't think they put a lock on it. It's kind of like one of those like latch things. You can just open it up and
Oh,
open
just
it back.
walk in there.
Yeah. I don't think it should be anything serious. Yo. Oh, nobody in here yet.
Somebody will fuck around. Them niggas trespassing.
They trespassing.
In the white communities, they don't lock up the school playground. You know that? When I
Because
lived,
it's part of the community. It wouldn't make sense to lock it up.
but it's like over here, when school is closed, your ass don't belong on the property. I'm like, that's crazy. It's the only park too for miles.
4 miles.
Come on, good looking.
You alright, Kenny?
Yeah. He be perpetrating.
What's good, family? Just letting a few people come in the room first before we get rocking and rolling. Peace and blessings to y'all. First two in the room. I know it's what's today? Is today Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Today's already. Today's a Tuesday. I know some of us got work in the morning, and especially if we're in the East Coast, Central. You know, it's 3 hours. We 3 hours behind on the West Coast, so it's only 9 for me. It's 12 for others. So I would imagine a lot of people asleep out now.
Oh, it's 9 right now?
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's still light outside, as you can see.
I didn't know it was that late.
9 p.m. This is what 9 p.m. look like for us in the summertime. This is one of the main reasons why I like Washington. Because the sun comes up like at 5:30 and it literally stays up till 10 p.m. at nighttime. You get a whole day's worth of light. Real rap. But updates. So last week I got on started the relay. Got some things done last week.
Why can't you walk?
Got some things done last week. And just sharing what I got done with the family. So the last live I did, peace. The last live I did, I pretty much laid out all my documents. I was explaining how I went down to the Pierce County Court. I added to my title, so I updated everything. So I put that on the record via Pierce County, got my certified copy. I was running through all my documents. If you guys recall, if not, you can always just go back to the previous video. Islam. Y'all can just go back to the previous video. But I had my authenticated birth certificate laid out. I had what I filed on the record laid out. What else did I have out there?
What?
I'm trying to remember what I had in the last video.
Oh.
I mean, other than that, I have various other documents that you could see, you know what I'm saying, with your own eyes, pretty much seeing how the documents was laid out. So I told y'all the next step after doing that process was to go and update and get a state ID, just so I could operate commercially while I'm waiting for my passport. So I got that done. All right. That was worst part about it was just waiting, honestly. But once I got up there, they updated everything over for me. No issues. Interesting thing though. And for people who have already updated their title to reflect, they should know this already. But when you bring a court order, which is your certified copy from what you filed down at the county court, when you bring in your court order, they actually got to specify when they're putting in your information what documents you brought in to bring about the change. So if you brought in a court order, then they got to click court order. Then they got to type in the case number of that court document which you brought in in order to allow them to make the change. So I'm letting y'all know that when I went and did my state ID, or not my state ID, when I got the trust card, the public trust card, All right. When I got the public trust card, it's linked to what I filed on the record. So the case number, which was like 268 something something, that's what was inputted into the system. And how do I know? Because they turned the screen. Because the lady who was doing it for me, the guy, he was like a Asian dude. He seemed like he was pretty new, so she was schooling him on the process. So it was pretty cool for me because she's just talking to him very open and out loud about, so you're gonna put there, you're gonna click court order. So I'm just sitting there, just watching, just listening, like, okay, court order is like, yeah, you're gonna type in the case number here. I'm like, word. So you're telling me that this trust card, this public trust card that you're about to give me, is attached to what I filed on the record. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on. It's attached to what was filed on the record. So just so people know I ain't bullshitting. Remember what I said. It's very important. Whenever you're taking photos, stuff like that, headdress. Always be in your headdress. All right? So this is connected to what I filed on the record. So now, once they scan this trust card, it leads them directly to what I put in Pierce County on the record via the Supreme Court. Or I should say the Superior Court, right? So I wanted to bring that to everyone's attention because that was something new that I had discovered upon the process of doing that. Like, oh, say word. I was like, let me find out. If y'all can't hear me, let me know. But I was like, yo, let me find out. So everything is connected. So the documents, remember the document I showed y'all in the last video? Where it was the affidavit to correct the record? And I was correcting, right? I was adding to my title. Also adding a few things, like my children as my beneficiaries, etc. And making a few edits. Now, so what I put on the record, what I showed y'all that day, the public trust card that I just pulled out, it's connected to what I filed on the record. Now, here's the next important question. People are like, oh, so cool. So what are you doing now? So you just using the state ID? And I still have my self-identification. I need to use that for the time being so I can move seamlessly with my commerce. That's it. So essentially, banking purposes only. That's it. Other than that, I'm rocking out my national ID. And like I said, that's only until I get my passport. Once the passport come in, I'm going to surrender that shit right back. Because I ain't going to need that ever. Or any other state trust card from any other state territory. Once you got your passport. I really don't want to have any connections to any state. I'm really just doing this because this is what works for me right at the best point right now in the moment. But I really don't want any attachments to any of the states. I just want to be strictly my state and federal. That's it. Because if you look at expatriation and citizenship, you're dealing with state and federal citizenship. State being your state and federal being what we call in DC or the national government.
Are we going to the,
all right.
The
so yeah, everything is connected to the trust card via what I put on the record. So I'm just showing y'all how you start connecting the dots. You start making the paper trail, right? So now, next thing I did the day afterwards is I was able to open up a bank account in the name of my trust, Cool Breeze. Now, a lot of people ask me, so cool, did you use the social? Yes, I did. So they could identify me because I already went down to social and I updated everything. So they're not using my social or the social for the estate that was made for me. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to open up an account, I just use my EIN. They just need to verify that I'm not operating under fraudulent purposes. So once again, if I had a passport, you see, so once the passport comes in, there's a lot of things I don't got to deal with no more. All right. Little things that seem like they're not a lot, but they make a very big difference. All right. Because at the end of the day, everything is commercial. Everything they're doing here is commercial. It's all commercial. So if your commerce ain't protected properly to where there's a paper trail where you can properly lead people to who you are, then it's going to be assumptions galore. Assumption, an assumption.
Wait.
And people don't get tired of making assumptions, especially when it's
Whoa.
when it costs you finance out of your pockets and it allows to bring in finance into theirs. They will never let up. So then next day after that, went to the bank. Like I said, opened up an account. The name of my trust.
You go. You can. I'm coming.
And the reason why I'm doing things like this is because I'm trying to show people like, yo, when you're operating properly, there's nothing for you to fear. Oh, if I use that, I'm going to be under state jurisdiction. How? See, because when you say stuff like that, then you got to explain how is it exactly you're going to be under state jurisdiction? Like how? If you can't give me the how, then you're just talking from a spook position. Oh, no, the state. Dude, do you realize as the indigenous peoples, we have an interest in all of the states? Do you know why we have an interest in all of the states? Because all of the states have an interest in us. These states are not existent without what we laid down as a foundation. They didn't build shit from anew. They built off of what was already built. That's called mechanical lean. So they came in, they said, we're going to add to what you did and put that. Boom. Mechanical lean. So now they got an interest. But see, you don't know who you are. So guess what? You've abandoned your interest. So when you abandon your interest, you ain't got shit. And that's what the white privilege is. You abandon your interests. So me, I know all these so-called corporate states are built off my ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears. Period. So therefore, I have a perpetual interest in everything that is produced within these states. Not to say that I am of the state or that I'm a part of the state. I am the people. Y'all gotta read the Articles of Confederation again, y'all. Because it says, we the people of the United States. Okay? We the people of the United States authorize the United States of America to do business on behalf of us. It was us, the people of the United States. Lowercase u, big S. Okay? Not all caps. So, like, what's up? There ain't nothing to be afraid of, y'all. What's up? What's up? All this stuff, oh, spook, this, that. Yo, there's nothing to be afraid of. What you need to know, though, is how to contract. See? Because contract governs everything. So if you don't understand how to operate with contract law, then no, I'm going back to do that interview. So when I went back, they wouldn't allow me to do that process because I had to have either a passport or a secondary ID. My national ID wasn't enough for them to be able to help me. So that's their process. It's cool. I'm supposed to have a passport anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
See what that is.
okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so that's why I backtracked and got the public trust card so I can go back to social and fully update, because I'm removing the straw from U.S. citizen because it's nothing's black on there, but I'm removing the straw from U.S. citizen. I'm putting it back in a national perspective. So I just needed the public trust card so I can go back in and do that. So that will be taken care of this week. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to show people that, yo, there's nothing to be afraid of once you are operating as yourself. Because you got to understand, the United States of America owes everything. They owe everything to the Moors. They owe everything to the Moors.
It look like they got a fucking jail on the playground. What is this?
It look like a jail.
Is this where they make kids do timeout?
Dude, you asking the wrong dude.
I know, I'm not asking for an answer. I'm just crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on that one. You ask Demi about that. But, what's the question? Grant Anthony, what's good, bro? Did you email me at Suno University? Because I've been on my emails all day. So I checked all my emails today. So if you have emailed me, I'm pretty sure I responded back. So just send me an email. As far as I'm concerned, all my emails are up to date. as of right now. Oh, and just so y'all know, if y'all really don't comprehend what your alien number is, A1222141. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. CM Ben did that. CM Ben gave us the alien number. It's A1222141. Now, a lot of people say the registration number for the Zodiac Constitution is AA222141. What a lot of people don't know is that he didn't just register it in the Library of Congress. He also registered it in the Justice Department. Just to make sure that we protected. That's love right there. So CM Ben did that. Because all the other Moors around that time period, they were just about making finance for themselves. They were very selfish. And they all went out to be millionaires, believe it or not. CM was actually what you would consider, in a mundane level, the so-called poorest one. Although we all know he was the richest one out of all of them. But yeah, so he gave us our alien number in the Justice Department. So in the Justice Department, we are classified as Truth A1. Truth A1. Remember, truth is sovereign in commerce. So Truth A1. You gotta understand the A1222141. That's your alien number. Stop playing games. This is what I mean by these Moors out here is playing games with people. Everything that we need, our ancestors have left it for us. Everything we need, our ancestors have left it for us. We just need to put it into use in our own way that will help us in this modern day and age. But everything we need is here already. Nothing more you need. What's up?
I'm just looking at this playground. All this playground they can't play tag. They can't even play tag on the grass.
This is a travesty. All this room, nigga, get in trouble for playing tag. It's crazy.
They can play two-hand touch.
On the cement?
Yeah, football. They can play two-hand touch.
That's kind of ass backwards, bro.
They can't play tag. My kid was in school suspension for 2 days.
No, brother Anthony, it's SUUNEL. Yeah, that's where it's at. So it's SUUNEL university@gmail.com. So that's where you're going wrong at. So that's why I haven't received anything from him yet. He doubled the L's in the end.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you definitely gonna reach me with that one. Just one, two U's, 1 N and 1 L, brother. SUUNEL university. So yeah, man, how everybody doing? How everybody living? So that was some new information I learned. I was like, oh, so when you actually update the so-called state trust card or the public trust card, and you bring in your documentation to say you want to update to your free national title, and you actually have your court order, the certified copy, then the state card that gets issued to you is attached to what you file on the record. So you got to understand what type of peace that sets in my mind. that should set a type of peace in your mind.
You want to push her while I play with him?
Yeah.
He told me I gotta play with him for a little.
Sure. You want some mama time?
Come on.
Should have to rotate. We good. Oh yeah. Yeah, so once you have everything connected properly, there's really nothing to fear at that point, because you gotta remember, and this is why I always bring it back to the treaty. As y'all can see, I don't stray too far away from my treaty. And there is no reason in the world why anyone else should be straying far from the treaty. I told you. The ancestors left us everything we need already. We just gotta think. We just gotta get thinking again and put those things into application. We got tons of congressional records, facts on the record. We got tons of Supreme Court case law. We have congressional records. You know what I'm saying? That are dealing with the various issues we're dealing with today, based on not civil rights, but based on human rights. When we talk about human rights, that's what we're getting into international rights. Every human has a mother. Okay? Okay, so that means that every human being comes from a family. Now, yes, we are all one family called the human race, but when you get past that surface layer, every family is like a family. You know, they say in my father's house there are many mansions. All right, well then, on my mother's planet there are many families. All right, on my mother's planet there are many families. Though they come from one, there's still many of them. All right, so we gotta comprehend. We gotta come back into the family of nations, y'all. And Black and African Americans don't belong there. They were never there. They don't exist. They only exist on paper. They only exist on paper. They don't go past black. The word black don't go past 1100s, y'all. So you can't even say the ancient black gods. Like, I know y'all heard this a million times, but these are facts. That's why you keep on hearing them over and over and over and over and over again. Because why do I need to talk about something different when I already got the facts? I don't need to make up extra shit. I could just talk straight, directly to the point. Because everyone's trying to get right. No one's trying to, we don't want to be stuck in this, we keep talking about, like we stay stuck in this metaphysical lane where we're just very high, mighty, spiritual, very deep. But when it comes to the actual earthly work, we ain't got shit to show. So at the end of the day, it's just hot air. It's just hot, fancy air. And I'm like, yo, all that shit ain't worth nothing if you don't have any fruit to bear from that. So it would be stupid for me to be talking to y'all about, yo, man, y'all need to stop being black. Y'all need to be yourselves if I myself ain't right. That would be stupid of me to do that. I'm trying to tell y'all to do one thing and I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this shit myself. Not only am I fake, but I'm looking for other people to be fake with me. So I'm not even strong enough to be fake by myself. That's a major, major problem. And all these scholars and people today who keep talking about black this, black that, Pan-Africanism this and Pan-Africanism that. Yo, man. I love my family, son. I love my family. But one thing y'all will not get me confused about is who's my immediate family and who my cousins are. Because that's what it feel like, anything outside of nationality is trying to get you into some fuck shit. And I don't fuck with anything else but nationality, because until nationality landed on my forehead via Taj Tariq Bey, my life was hell. I worked my ass off. 2 jobs, school. There was a point I was going to school for my music degree. 5:30 in the morning, I got to get up to be at class at 8 because I lived in Far Rockaway, Queens. So I'm taking the A train to the city, to Greenwich Village, right after school, right? So that's 8. I'm up at 5:30. From 8 to 2:30. Then from 2:30, I'm on the 7, going all the way to not Astoria. Oh man, it's like that China area, but pretty much that's where not too far from the Bronx, but I was working at Time Warner Cable. So 2:30, it would take me about an hour and a half to get to work. So I started at 4. So literally, as soon as school ended, I was out. Okay, and from 4 to 9, okay, I was doing bill collection. I was a debt collector, all right, for Time Warner Cable. So I tell you all bad, I got cursed out. I done experienced all types of crazy shit. People talking to me all types of crazy, cursing out my mom, my sister, all over their cable bill. All right, so that wasn't a great job for me in terms of it was cool, but at the end of the week, after they taxed me, because I don't know if y'all know, but in New York, you got to deal with both state and federal tax, especially if you think you black. Okay, so guess what happened after all them hours of labor, traveling back and forth, hours of sleep loss, and mind you, I still got to make room to study because I'm still going to school. Yo, at the end of the week, I'm bringing in a 200 note check. Okay, I made max like 5, 6, sometimes 7. And then after that, after both the state and the federal, I'm bringing in 2.
I was fucked up in the mind, okay? But I didn't know anything else. So, that was the hamster wheel I was on. Until, my gosh, man, Taj Sharik Bey. My gosh, yo. I never met this man a day in my life, but I tell you, son, I love my ancestor. I love my ancestor. Anyone who speaks ill will about my ancestor, fuck off. Straight up. Because nobody forced him to do that. Because everyone else was trying to pocket the fucking information. So he's a continuation from that spiritual being that CM Bay came from, that Drew Ali came from. They all follow in the same line because everyone else sold the fuck out. And it's messed up. And Taj will be the first to tell you straight up, like, yo, we sold out. So that's why I went and did my own thing. Just because you sold out don't mean I gotta stop being a Moor. Because if you sell out, it just means I don't gotta fuck with you. Huh? Oh yeah? Let's see what we got here. Any questions, anybody? Any thoughts? Yeah, yo, let me tell you what Taj did for me, yo. Because this is what really rammed it home for me. And it was a video where I think he was in Philly at the bookstore. And what was it? He was wearing like a tan shirt, a light tan shirt with like a brown. It was like a brown button up. He had it open, and he had like a white cap on with the Moorish flag pendant in the front. And he was talking about how when they say go back to Africa, y'all need to realize you're standing on Northwest Africa. Yo, when he did that, I swear, I felt like somebody had like a what do you call them type of hammers? You know, them demolition type hammers, them big motherfuckers, okay? Sledgehammer. It's like somebody took a sledgehammer and just went boom, right in my pineal gland. Boom! I swear, it felt like a wall got ripped down. Once the wall got ripped down, I saw shit clear. I really can't, that's the best way I could explain how that feeling was. It was literally like a wall got tore down right here where my pineal gland was. It was right, it happened right here. Because as soon as he said we're standing on North Africa, I went like this. Because I felt the pressure. I felt the pressure right there. Middle of my forehead. So that's how I knew. I was like, yo, something just got, spell just got broke or something. You know, something got lifted.
Get off the baby right now.
Yeah, you damn right he assisted with decalcification. You damn right he did. And he's still doing the work because Taj is ahead of his time. I also got to give credit to Asaru Alim Bey, Asir Duke Tears, Mantis Views, even Dolo. Yo, a lot of people sleep on Dolo. I appreciate Dolo. Because every nation needs a military. So y'all can laugh and smear and make all the jokes you want, but this man is showing people how to be militant. Last time I checked, you need a military to protect your property, right? So go ahead, keep on laughing at him. And that's what I'm talking about. See, because if you were Moor, you ain't gonna do that to your other brothers, because you're gonna understand where they coming from. You understand. Why is he like this? Because he's militant. This is the man you send in to take them out. I don't understand. How did we take over Spain? We knocked on their door and said we'd like to come in for some tea. Is that how we did it in Spain? Or were we led by a brother named Tariq? Right? A lot of people know him by a thing called the Rock of Gibraltar. Yeah, that's named after Tariq. Who led what? Who led who? Who did he lead? Who did he lead? He led the Muslims into Spain, 8th century. That's what he did. All right. So every nation needs a military. So I respect all the ancestors who put out real truth. Because I can tell the difference between real truth and bullshit truth. So the people that I name, and trust me, there's Ras Mariah. There's tons more of Moors who are real. There are tons of Moors who are real. Okay? Tons of Moors who are real. And I just want to say I recognize them and I appreciate them because
If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for more like them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And that's real rap. I would not be where I'm at today if it wasn't off the work and the selflessness and the love of the elders who left this information behind for us freely to be able to pick it up and continue the great works of uplifting fallen humanity. Because we ain't got no time to be waiting for nobody no more. That time of waiting is done. I'm a high priest. You a high priest. Only thing you need to authorize that is you. You need to recognize the fact that you are the motherfucking shit. If you don't recognize that, the world ain't gonna recognize that, because the world, your world, is based off of you. All right? Everyone's individual cipher is based off of them. So my world is different from your world. My world don't rotate like your world. However, both of our worlds rotate in the same damn galaxy. All right? So everyone gotta be their own at this point. Hey, baby, you've been pretty quiet. My bad. Kind of been going on a rant for the past 30 minutes.
It's okay. Why you say my bad?
Huh?
Why you say my bad?
Because I just realized I've been talking.
I was just playing with
And talking and talking and talking.
it. Got dark quick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the WA Ben. Yo, much appreciated, man. And you know what? You thanking me? I gotta thank Jonah Bay. I gotta thank Ron March. Because if I didn't come across that Ron March video, when he had Jonah Bay on there talking about the 98 number, I would have never known about estates, EINs. I was still stuck at, oh damn, I'm a national. I don't want to use the social. How do I operate? All right, that's where I was at before I saw Ron March. So, you know.
No, put that down.
You know, just upon thanking me, you know, I always got to show respect to where I got my information from. Because I didn't just come from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I was groomed very well by my elders. Not personally. I wish it was on a personal basis, but informational wise, man. This inspiring me to be like, yo, the hell is this brother reading? Let me read this shit too. Oh, snaps. What does this document talk about? Oh man, when I read the King Alfred Rex plan, yo, talk about depressing. Nigga, I was like,
It still
yo,
haunts me when I think about it too much.
yeah, but it's not like scary. Like, yo, it was scary when I read it the first time, yo. I was like,
It's not
Dude.
scary personally, because
I was scared. Okay.
I have teenagers that I can't predict where they are at any time. I just don't want nobody mixed up
Oh
in
no,
the wrong
but
place.
but that's why we're doing this now, to get the status right. Because once you get it right, it don't matter where they at. Their documentation will speak for itself.
Come on, Pooh.
And also too, knowing that we Moors, we ain't supposed to be in the city like that anyway. So that means we're supposed to be paying attention to, you know, when shit starts to hit the fan. You need to be keeping an eye open. You see any vans talking about, hey, you know, we're all bringing everyone being rounded up. We're going to be held safe at Walmart or at Walgreens. All right, you want to get on that truck? Good luck. Good luck to you. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck to you, you silly rabbit. There's a reason why they had niggas out here going crazy on that beta Pokemon shit. Had niggas out here trying to catch Pikachu through their phone. Wait, don't move. Don't move. Stay right there. They setting you up.
But what?
Huh?
What was that about? I didn't get it.
Oh, it was a beta experiment to see if they can get people to crowd in groups. So what they did was they had everyone. There was a big Pokemon outsurge in Central Park.
I remember that.
So there was a slew of people in Central Park trying to catch Pokemon. It was just an experiment to see if we can get a large group of people in an area. Mission accomplished. See, people don't understand the psyche behind these little games they put out. It's not just for the sake of games. They want to see something. Let's see how we can get people to round themselves up without having to really do shit. And they rounded themselves up in nice fashion. All they needed to do at that point is have some soldiers with some automatics and some trucks. And that's it. They tell your ass to get in the back of the truck with your ass trying to catch Squirtle with your dumb ass. That's why the Bible said, when you grow as a man, I might be bashing the verse, but you gotta leave them childly things behind, because they'll get you killed. They'll get you killed as a grown man over some child shit. That's why I say silly rabbit.
No.
Okay, you don't have it. You want to take one by
Man,
yourself?
she was acting crazy just now.
Oh,
Sheesh.
okay.
Like it froze on me, and I have to like X out and come back in. Good thing is when you come back in, they ask you if you want to resume from the last thing, so I ain't gotta start from scratch. Like goddamn.
Okay.
Ooh, that's real right there. I like that. Brother Anthony Graham, he said tricks are for kids, treaties are for men. Hey brother, I might make a t-shirt out of that. Islam. Matter of fact, you need to make a t-shirt out of that and copyright that shit as intellectual property rights. Real rap. Anthony Graham, that's hey, intellectual property rights. I think you should invest in some t-shirts, brother. Right, bars. Hey, what up? What's good, brother Ricardo?
No.
Yeah, brother Anthony. That's tough right there. Tricks are for kids, treaties are for men. Yes. Yes. Stop playing with these tricks, man. Niggas wanna play around with statutes and shit.
Mama.
What happened to treaties and constitutions? You know, so once again, man, once you align yourself right, and mind you, I know how to contract, so does that mean that anytime I step out the house, I always got that trust card on me? No.
No.
I'm taking it with me as I need to. If I know I need to go out and handle some business, yes, I will. If I don't, it stays home. Because I choose how I wish to contract. Which is very, very sparingly. Alright?
Mom, my
Shoot.
have a cut.
It's crazy though, man. Everything starts to fall. Everything starts to fall together. By the way, man, for those who missed the conference call Friday, that conference call was lit. That conference call was lit. Thanks again to brother Ricardo Bay. You know what I'm saying, for sharing his info. A lot of people may not know, but this brother is he does hold public office. You know what I'm saying, on behalf of the empire. So it was a very beautiful thing for him to come through and share some jewels with us, man. So definitely appreciate you on that one, brother Ricardo. Yeah.
When do we go to the store?
Tomorrow, no, right now. I'm not buying anything. No candy, no junk, no.
Am I aware of what Shalimar Bey has established, the consular courts? Well, I can't say I'm too familiar with Shalimar Bey and what he's established, but I can tell you off rip, guys. If you're coming from the Moorish Empire and you have your own organization established on behalf of the empire, then you're supposed to set up your own courts. So I don't know if y'all know, but Sunil got a tribal court. So when y'all talk about consular courts, I'm like, we've been had our court. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's not new for me in terms of consular courts. And mind you, I'm not even old in this shit. I just study and read a lot. So I was like, oh, we need to have our own court. How are we gonna say we a nation or a state? We don't have our own courts to adjudicate our own shit with our own seal, just to notify people, put them on notice, let them know they done violated some shit. So I'm like, So once I saw that, I was like, yeah, we gonna need our own court. So that's what I did. And a lot of people don't know, but when you go to, I guess you would say the state side of the consular court, which is in which is pretty much the Supreme Court. Consular court, they give you the Supreme Court allows you an option to where you can file foreign judgments, and a foreign judgment would mean it's a judgment coming from a foreign state, from that state's foreign court. All right, so just to let y'all know, like that been in the Supreme Court, or I should say the Superior Court as far as Washington State goes. So consular courts has always been in full action. One of my tribal members got kidnapped. I had to go and retrieve one of my tribal members. Had to go to court, had to speak on his behalf because they was trying to keep him in there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go in there and request and make a wish that he be released back to his tribe. And he was released back to his tribe. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know that consular courts, man, is not just a courtroom. Like if you're saying that you're a representative on behalf of the Moorish Empire, then what you're saying is that you're a diplomat. So we're all diplomats. I want y'all to know that. Okay? a diplomat. We are all diplomats. You know why we're all diplomats? Because what are we doing? What is the missionary work that we're all doing? Uplifting fallen humanity. Who anointed us with this work? Who inspired us to do this work? For me, it was Taj. For Taj, it was Prophet Drew Ali. So guess what? For me, it was Prophet Drew Ali. Speaking through Taj. You see what I'm saying? So for a lot of people who I've been able to help, it's Prophet Drew Ali speaking through me. And when I get information that I need to proceed forward, it's Prophet Drew Ali speaking through you. So can we stop playing the games? The man said it was going to be about 50 years, still ain't figured out what he done yet. Says it's going to take about the third and fourth generation. All right, we are the fourth generation. If y'all get the memo. It's only fair that he couldn't definitely tell motherfuckers around that time, 1929, that they aliens. They probably would have had a stroke. It was bad enough trying to convince people they're not black, let alone they aliens. Oh my gosh. So now I comprehend. You say if I told you everything, you'd go back to sleep because it would be too much to digest at one time. So it gotta be gradually over time. And every individual that carries the message, they bring it in their own way. Some people get it, some people don't. You're not meant to hit everyone. Everyone covers the whole field in different spots. So just because you cover the right field or the right corner or the top right corner of the field, that's your spot. That's it. That's all you gotta worry about. You don't cover the center of the field. You don't cover the left part of the field. You just cover the right corner. That's it. So stick to that right corner. Make that right corner the illest right corner ever. Okay? Because if you do your job and trust everyone else do their job get done. Yeah. Job get done. You know? Peace. Already. Nah, some of them were saying the wind was pretty bad.
Really? And it's not.
I'm about to say, what wind? There ain't no wind blowing.
I'm telling you though, it'd be weird stuff happening on social media because I was watching a Facebook Live that was real interesting, and all of a sudden it was like, and you couldn't hear nothing the lady was saying.
Oh, I mean, she was saying some real stuff. Now, like I said, man, these people are watching all day long. I don't know. It hasn't been that many years since Edward Snow dropped that bomb. He wasn't lying. They are listening to everything, watching everything. So,
Edward Snowden. Yeah.
So that's why I say it's pointless to not be transparent. What's the point in not being transparent now? They got satellites all over the place. Conversations. They're recording my live and shit. They put it in an archive somewhere. But it's crazy. Out of all the information they got on me, they can't do shit to me. So that lets you know that it's nothing spooky. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're the trustees. They can't really do nothing to us unless we allow that fear to take place in our heart. So I'll be down in a second, baby. Is the door open? Oh, you got your key. Okay, cool. It is a little chilly. I ain't gonna front. It is chilly tonight. Chilly. But yeah, man. So it's not a difficult process to get yourself right. It's not long. I remember I had one sister asked me one time, I was helping her nationalize. She was like, so does this take like 6 to 8 months? And I was like, what? 6 to 8 months? I was like, sister, honestly, the way you sound so motivated, it should take you maybe 6 to 8 days. I was like, honestly, but the way you operate, you could get all this done in a day if you just got your shit together. A day or 2 days, the most, to get yourself right on the record. Because people think that the most important part about nationalizing is putting it on the record. And it's like, no. The most important part about nationalizing is having it in your mind. That's the most important part. For you to actually know that you are a national, you are a Moor. That's the hardest part. You gotta make yourself believe this truth. Because I tell you, with my brainwashing, it was hard for me to receive this shit. Like, not from a perspective of, oh, I'm black, I never had an issue with letting go of black. I was never tied to black anyway. Most of my childhood growing up, I always identified as Haitian anyway. I never identified as black. You know what I'm saying? But it's just what comes with it. Don't really care too much about the black, but what comes with it, the plagues that follow it. Oh my God! Like, yo, how can you build anything with all these plagues on all these plagues on your back? It was impossible for me. That's why I left New York, because I was like, yo, my mindset was, I'm 24, I'm working, I'm at school, but I'm living with my parents. Nothing wrong with my parents. I have no problem living with them. You know what I'm saying? But it was just me. Like, I was like, yo, I'm grown now. I want to feel independent. I want to feel like I'm taking control of my shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was just too much going on, and where I could never feel like, yo, I'm just always going to be barely above water. So brother invited me out to come check out Washington. I did that. Came out here for a summer in 2011. That was all she wrote. I was down here February 2012. So, and it was deuces to New York, and it's been deuces since. You know what I'm saying? So, and everything has just blossomed since I came out here. This is where I really got the information on nationality. Because it seems like, you know, there's mad trees out here. They call this the evergreen state. It seems like when I came out here, the amount of trees and the oxygen in the air just made me open up to things a little bit differently than I would in New York. So that's what happened. And this is where I'm at today, you know? So I'm happy, man. I got bank account open in my trust. I got my public trust card straight. Waiting for my passport. The trust card is connected to what I file on the record. If anybody needs to ask about me, look at my filing number. You know what I'm saying? And it just feels good because I know I'm walking on my truth. And if anybody got something to say about my truth, go look up my truth on the record first. Then you can come talk to me. Because if you come to me without facts, I can sue your ass for defamation of character. So don't assume what you know about me. Yeah, New York. Yeah, man. I know, bro. I know. Definitely need somewhere with way more sunlight, bro. Way more vitamin D. Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like and that's the whole thing. Also, I'm like, the city ain't for us. The city is for the slaves. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever look at these old school movies when, you know, the people are living in rural, urban areas on the countryside, what did they go to the city for? Only to get supplies. And when they got supplies, they got the fuck out the city. And then when the children would want to be like, hey dad, so I'm gonna go down and get supplies. Didn't you ever see how uneasy the parent became? Like, no, I'm gonna come with you. And then they gotta be like, no, I got it, dad. I got it. Don't worry, I got it. I'll be in and I'll be out. I'll be right back. So that right there showed me that, yo, the city's dangerous. And the parents only fucking with that shit to get supplies, but they don't even want their children fucking with that shit. Okay? Watch the movies again, y'all. From people from the urban countryside and how they dealt with the city. The city was just for trade, just to get supplies, get the hell out. Because the city is the plantation. So why would you be in a plantation all day unless you a slave? Or unless you a slave owner? You see what I'm saying? I am neither. So therefore, you ain't gonna find my ass in the city, because there's no place for me there. I'm not a slave, nor am I a slave owner. There's only two types of people in the city. You have the slave and the slave owner. I am neither. So guess what you're gonna find me on? Urban, rural areas. You're gonna find me in the countryside. Exactly. It don't matter what state territory you go to. All the cities look the goddamn same, y'all. Be real. Be real. They all look the same. Niggas are not even creative with it. They all look the same. It's like copy and paste. They just give certain places different names. But overall, not a lot of creativity. They just copied and paste. And you know what I'm saying is real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying is real. Yeah. Exactly. So when they say work till you get old, pay your taxes, do this, do that, that's because they want to push the bullshit. They want to keep it going because they realize once you stop doing that, then it ends because they can't make any more finance off you because they realize, or you've realized the game, and they're like, shit, he's not ignorant anymore. Damn it, he knows how to read now. Crap. We can't trick him into giving away his own power. No, you can't. No, you can't. Shit, if I was on the islands, I'd be on the beach all day too. There'd be nothing more for me. Shoot, just give me a coconut tree and a mango tree with some salt water. I'm good. A good salt bath. What? What? Man, that would be live right there. But it's dark now. It's about 10. I really just wanted to update everyone in terms of state. Also too, let me just let y'all see this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already seen this. So y'all know everything is legit. Got my fez on. You know what I'm saying? L, thank you very much. And also, so when you do things properly, check this out. Just so y'all get a comprehension, it's very real, y'all. Hold on. All right. So that's how everyone's supposed to be operating. Through they trust. All right. Mine's is called Cool Breeze. I hate when this thing can't choose not. There we go. All right. Name of my trust is called Cool Breeze. Cool Breeze. Okay. Owned by who? Ku'un L. Who's Ku'un L? Hey y'all. My name's Ku'un. How y'all doing? I'm the owner. I'm the heir. So I got my bank account for my trust. Commerce. It's all good. Treaties. Yeah, so guess what? My treaty is attached to this card. You know why? Because Cool Breeze is attached to this card. See what I'm saying? So, come on, y'all. Let's get it together. All right, family. Peace. Islam.